Jillo there, H+III+T, it's a boot that dang on time. Y'all, yet again, I don't know why it takes me so many takes to do this freaking series. I don't know what it is. Like, when I'm reviewing a CD, I can just, like, boom, one take, I'm done. Same with the black guy, boom, one take, I'm done. But with Gundam, I feel like there's a standard I gotta uphold, because this is, like, such a good show. I feel like I have to, like, make sure every take is perfect. I just need to relax and chill. So this is gonna be the one right here. But, forgive me for that little personal intro, Gundam Wing Episode 4, The Victorian Nightmare. If you haven't already watched that, I'm going to give you a second to go watch it right now. We'll be right here when you get back. Yep, just going to wait for you to watch it. While they're watching that, y'all, wanted to point out the dang on, I ain't even mad though shirt. I'm not sure if you can see the whole thing, but that shirt just put up more than a little bit. And also, I pre-ordered Slipknot's album like 2 months ago, so that was like August. Yeah. And the album comes out in stores on Tuesday, but it's not here yet. I pre-ordered this 2 months ago, and the album comes out on Tuesday. It's Saturday, and it's not in my possession yet. The only reason why I'm like really upset about this, other than the fact to where it's like, are they going to give it to me the day before, which is some foolishness, but Slipknot just tweeted out that you can like listen to their album right now online. So it's like you leaked the album before anyone else could get it. So it's like, what was the point of me pre-ordering it? You know what I mean? If you're just going to drop it beforehand, why did I spend the money to pre-order it if you're just going to leak it? I don't know. That's neither here nor there. I'm going to assume everybody's back from watching the episode, so let's dang on begin. Episode 4, The Victorian Nightmare. We start out with dang on Zex, and he's in the freaking blue rocket shit thing with Otto. And they're going over to the Lake Victorian base, hence the name of the episode. And, real quick pause, I'm going to put the emergency brake on for a quick second. Does Zex wash his mask? Let's keep it 1,000. That man has his mask on all the time in, like, the first, like, main chunk of the series. And, I mean, he's in some pretty high-pressure situations. He's fighting giant robots, stuff. Like, he's in war. He's a soldier. Do you wash that? Or, like, I mean, I would assume it's very funky under there. You know what I mean? I mean, he's, like, sweating and stuff. Is there, like, mold and mildew under there? What kind of residue's there? But that's a basket of neither here nor there. And I'll actually get back to that point in a quick second. I'm not just nitpicking. But yeah, so they're going over to the Lake Victoria base where we are introduced to dang on Lieutenant Noin, which again is one of my favorite. I know I say this about everyone, but this is one of my favorite characters, dang on Noin. She's the chick with the purple hair. That sounds really, really silly when I say that out loud, but you guys are watching. It makes sense in the context of the show. But yeah, so she's got purple hair and such, and she's pretty dang on loyal. No Chris Brown. She's pretty dang on loyal to Zex. And this isn't like a Relena to where it's like a Mariah Carey obsession. It's like, so I'm sorry, my pun game is always on high. I can't turn off the puns, but it's like there's a detailed backstory here. Like they graduated at the top of their class and stuff, and they've been friends since, you know, blah 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 blah. So I enjoy the back and forth banter between the two because it makes sense. There's a backstory to it. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, there's so many like romantic subplots in this show. It's ridiculous. It might as well be a soap opera. But I freaking love this show, and I love specifically the back and forth dynamics between these two characters. But anyway, so Zex gets there. He meets up with dang on Noin. Sorry. And they're reliving the good times and such. There's this one part I want to point out, though. When Noin is first introduced, and it's like on a webcam, and it's just the way that she comes in the focus of the camera. No joke, she pulls one of these things, just like... What the frick was that? That was a little too graceful for just coming in the shot of a camera. That was a little too graceful. Do you think Noin was like on the plane in the bathroom like practicing how exactly she was gonna say hi to Zex? Because that was a little too rehearsed for me. That's a little too inviting, you feel me? I think she was practicing that in the mirror before they put the camera on her, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so they're excited to be with each other, and I'm just gonna go ahead and spoil it here. To my knowledge, I don't think they ever hook up. I'm sorry for those who haven't seen the whole series. I just ruined it for you, but I don't want you to get your hopes up like I did. To my knowledge, I don't think they ever hooked up. I mean, it's clearly like on some innuendo type stuff, like they're pushing that, but I don't think they ever got together. I think it's like implied that they're fond of each other, but I don't know if anything came out of it. We'll go through the series together, obviously, but I just want to put that out there so you're not like roped into this like, oh, is this the main romance? No, that's not the one you need to be looking out for. It's very entertaining, but that's not the relationship you need to be looking out for. But I don't want to spoil it anymore. That's neither here nor there, though. So, what makes these two characters so dynamic is Zex is kind of like a no-nonsense militant, and Noin is like kind of compassionate and caring. Now remember that. Remember how she's compassionate and caring later on in this review. So a good portion of the first part of this episode is character development between Noin and Zex. And so they're just chilling out at the Lake Victorian base, and then an explosion goes off, and everyone's freaking out like, oh snap, what the jive happened, in comes Lu Fei. And Lu Fei has single-handedly destroyed it. He didn't destroy the whole base, but he messed up a good portion of this dang on base. And everyone's freaking out, and it's like they're trying to figure out who set off these explosives in the base and such, and they can't figure out who it is. So Noin on some G stuff, of course, she gets it done herself, and she figures out it's Lu Fei. Chases after him. Lu Fei's on a dang on bike. She shoots beside him. Now, did she do that because she's compassionate, or did she do that because she missed? Because I think she purposefully shot beside Wu Fei to not kill him. I'm just going to assume, but that's neither here nor there. Actually, let me ask. Hey, Raza, what up, bro? Hey, so, thank you for helping me out with the dang-on weapon of the dang-on Sandrock and such. Do you know, did Noin purposefully miss? Or did she just plain miss? Like, what was that? She shot beside Wu Fei. What the jive was up with that? Help me out with that, bro. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so misses, figures out it's Wu Fei, and she's just like, oh, he's just a little kid. But then some awkward sexism starts, and Wu Fei looks back and says, oh, she's a woman? This is a part in the character development I don't understand. I respect that Wu Fei is dynamic enough of a character. Like, I respect that this series is like pushing the envelope so hard to make these characters memorable that you're giving them these extreme personality types. But why is Wu Fei sexist? Is that a culture thing? Or is he just a jerk? Like, you know what I mean? I get it. It's a dynamic element for a character. But why is he sexist? I mean, basically the relationship between Noin and Lu Fei for the rest of the series is, oh, you're a woman, you're weak. Oh, you're a woman, you're weak. Oh, you're a woman? I guess you're not weak just because you're a woman. Like, you know what I mean? That's the whole basis of the relationship. And it's not a strong part of the show. I just never understood why they even included that. I mean, I get he's all about honor and stuff, but what does gender have to... I don't get that. Call me just a kid, and maybe I just don't get that kind of stuff, but I don't understand the point of that. But anyway, they have the back and forth. Noin doesn't want to really hurt Wu Fei because he's a kid, but Lu Fei's on that like triple G stuff, so he doesn't care. And they destroy some Taurus mobile suits or whatever, and let me think, does anything else happen in that scene? Not really anything worth developing. So Noin is pissed off because like she had a chance to defeat Lu Fei, and she didn't take advantage of it because she let her emotions get in the way. And I personally don't think it's because she's a woman. I think it's just because she's a nice person. But then again, I just don't see things like that. But that's neither here nor there. So Lu Fei walks away, and Noin is extra upset. Then we cut to, let's see, do we cut to Hiro in them, or do we cut to Catra? I'll just go to Catra real quick. Catra is playing a violin. Yes, that's what we cut to. Catra's playing a violin, and Troa, dude with the Bieber swoosh, I don't know what happened there. Troa, the dude with the Bieber swoosh, comes in and he grabs a flute, and they have a little violin / flute solo. Now here comes me being nitpicky again. There's clearly a guitar and a drum in the background, but the only instruments being played is a violin and a flute. I'm not hating. I actually like that little solo thing they do there. I'm just not sure why they made it so obvious that it was the soundtrack and not them. But that's neither here nor there, because it was a filler scene, let's keep it a buck. But, then we cut to, the adventures of Daegon, Hiro, and Duo. They're having a hilarious back and forth, because again, Duo's pretty much our comic relief, and Hiro is our basic, like, everyman, you know what I mean? And, they're having a back and forth, like, obviously Hiro's being no nonsense, and Duo's being hilarious. I'm not even sure that little back and forth is worth reviewing. You saw it, pretty self-explanatory what happens. But then, I'd be lying to all of you if I didn't bring up this scene at the end of the episode. They cut to Relena. Maybe it's just because there's so many characters now, you have to update us on what everyone's doing, but they cut to Relena, and she's like on the edge of a cliff somewhere, on some Bella from Twilight, just, Hiro! I'm right here, so come and get me! What was the point? Come on, man! Like, they couldn't go a full episode without Relena screaming out about Hiro. Like, she has nothing to do with the episode. But it's almost as if the writers were with the storyboard and said, oh my gosh, we forgot about Relena, and just threw her in there. That was more pointless than the flute violin solo. But, again, her uselessness will reach mighty bounds. No Superman. She can leap tall buildings in a single bound with her uselessness, but that's neither here nor there. I think that, oh snap, almost forgot. They introduced yet another character, Lady Un. They didn't give it that much, but she's the chick that was talking to Trace, who was in the bubble bath. That's Lady Un. Remember her? She's freaking crazy. Mom Moses, remember her. She's awesome. But I think that's all that happened in the episode. Forgive me, that was a little bit of a sloppy of a review, but I got like a billion things on my mind, but that's not here. Wow, what a cop-out that was. What a cop-out that was. Yeah, I just got so many things in life I'm doing. You know, I can't focus on YouTube. No. But that's the thing on review. Next episode, episode 5, Relena's Secrets. It's a Relena episode. It's important, but it's a Relena episode. Y'all know how I feel about her, but that's neither here nor there. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Raza, thank you for commenting and all that foolishness. And, yeah.